King is in our studio looking
eliminated segregation, right? Everybody goes. Now it's like the hand. I don't know. I don't know.
I say something?
I don't know.
I don't know.
What you gonna say? I don't know. I'm gonna just safely say, "Oh, I don't know." I said, "Well, no. Let's just take a look at it. We eliminated segregation in America officially." And then I asked the audience, "Is there a hood? Does anybody know where the hood is?" All the hands up. I said, "So you know that there's a place where Black people are, okay? But there's no sign on the freeway that says next right hood."
Right.
So we pretend that's not true. We pretend that segregation doesn't exist in America, and it exists everywhere in America, right?
Absolutely.
So that's the lie when people are wanting to see it up front. But then what is the symptomology of post-traumatic slave syndrome? Because the truth of the matter, it's not a diagnosis. It's not post-traumatic stress disorder, which is treated with medication and talk therapy and any number of other things. Post-traumatic suggests that not only have you been harmed physically, you've been harmed emotionally. You've been harmed spiritually. You've been harmed economically.
Right.
You have been harmed politically. You've been harmed. And that requires more than medicine and talk therapy. That requires justice. Healing cannot happen without justice, because we'd love that to be it, because all they do is put a code in the DSM and figure out how to get paid for injuring us. Are you following?
Ooh, Doc.
I'm just saying, and so when I think about it on a practical level for those that are your listeners or your viewers, and I want people to start looking at everyday behavior that we've normalized. That is adaptive behavior. It is survival behavior.
Regina King is in our studio.
He doesn't identify himself with your plight whatsoever. And this is the thing that the white people in America have got to come to realize, that there are two types of black people in this country. One who identifies with you so much so he will let you brutalize him and still beg you for a chance to sit next to him. And then there's one who's not interested in sitting next to you. He's not interested in being around. He's not interested in what you have. He wants something of his own. He wants to sit someplace where he can call his own. He doesn't want a seat in your restaurant where you can give him some old bad coffee or bad food. He wants his own restaurant. And he wants some land that he can build that restaurant on, and a city that can go in. He wants something of his own. And when you realize that this type of thinking is existing and developing swiftly, behind the teachings of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad among the so-called Negroes, then I think you'll also realize that this whole phony effort at integration is no solution, because the most you can do with this phony effort toward integration is to put out some token integration. And whereas this Uncle Tom will accept your token effort, the masses of black people in this country are no more interested in token integration than they would be if you offered them a chance to sit inside a furnace somewhere.
What is good, my people? We are live back again with another live broadcast. What's going on, Cassidra? How you doing today?
It's all good. I see you worked hard today, huh?
Well, no, I had to take a road trip, and I got back kind of late.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, I was hoping to get back early this day because I wanted to get in this topic, Cassidra, and
hey, it's all good though. We doing it. It's all good. Yeah. As long as you got back safely, that's a good thing.
Yeah, facts. And if we'll go as far as we can, and then we'll finish if you want to tomorrow or next week. So
it's up to you. Yeah, that's cool. Well, tomorrow's my late night. So
yeah.
I mean, but it doesn't matter because we can still do it at 9 if you want.
Yeah, that's cool with me.
Yeah.
But we will try to get through it anyways. Okay. But how you doing today? First of all,
I'm good. It's amazing. It's a great day. Yeah.
Yeah, and Cassidra, so and I'm hype about it this time because, I told you, Cassidra, they I was off for a little while, but they wanted me back. They brought that energy back out of me.
They can't do without that energy. Oh my God, they can. It's almost like They are just addicted to that energy. So you give it to them. Don't hold it back. Give it to them.
Right.
Just like they talking about this April 8th. What is it? April 5th, April 8th, April something. I don't even know the day. They're talking about, well, they supposed to be out there marching. Black folk looking at that stuff like, I don't think so. You can go ahead on with that noise. I don't know if it's the 5th or the 8th, but one of them they was talking about. I'm like, no.
Well, I didn't even hear about that.
Yeah, they can have all that. Yeah, they talking about that on TikTok. I'm like, y'all need to go ahead and sit down, honey. Have a seat. Have a whole seat. We're not doing it. Nope, we're not doing that. But yeah, give them that energy. Give them that smoke. They want it. Don't hold back. Give it to them. Give it to them.
No, yeah, but
hold it back.
And look, consider, you know why? One of the main, well, not only because like I appreciate what you say, you're smart, you keep it real, and you bring the truth, but also like why I really wanted to like have you on here with me like doing this, because you're the only other person I've seen they call racist. You know what I'm saying? Apparently I'm a black supremacist. Like that's what's up. Like that. Thank you. I'm doing great.
You know what I find out? A lot of people, period, don't know what the word racist means. So they just use the word because white folk use it, right? White folk don't even know what the word means. Let me help you. It means when a group of people that has the power over another group of people that can hurt another group of people, we have no paper. We can't hurt anybody. So Dr. Claude Anderson said, let me say it again, being a racist is a group of people that has power over another group of people that can hurt them. It's either for bad or good, but a lot of times it's for bad. So that's what a racist is. If Black folk don't have that power over other people, prime example, a house loan. Do we have the power to give house loans? No. Who has the power to give house loans? Okay. Do we have the power on our jobs to fire anybody? No. Who has the power on your job to fire people? We have to understand what the word means and use it correctly. Black people cannot be racist. We can be prejudiced, but we can't be racist. Okay. So I'm so sick of Black folks saying, oh, you're racist. Well, you need to learn what the word means before you use it. Okay. So with that one, I rest. You talking? We can't hear you.
Oh, I keep messing up with this mute button. But anyway, I was gonna say before we get started, I was gonna say shouts out to Matron in the building. Yes. Appreciate you coming through, Matron.
And Guy.
And my brother Guy. Appreciate you for coming through, my brother. Y'all make sure y'all subscribe to their channels and stuff.
Yes.
And consider I was agreeing. I'm glad I was on mute because I was agreeing over here. And you know what? We also don't have the heart to be racist because you want to love white people so damn much that you ain't got the courage. That's why Black people can't be racist.
No,
they ain't got a racist bone in your body.
No, that's why a lot of them, when Trump said something about being with the segregation or whatever, I'm like, bring it on. And some Black people whining. I'm like, are you guys kidding? Do you not understand the peace that you're going to have not dealing with them? I don't think we understand. We've been with these people so long. We don't know how to, we act like we don't know how to do without them. I'm like, well, let's practice. Let me show you. Let me help you. Let's practice. Peace. Can you feel the peace? Can you hear the peace that's coming without them? I'm like, what's wrong with us? But in the meantime, we need to start putting things out, what we're going to do right here. They talking about separating. Okay, we need to put some things in order. That means take your money from them. That means not be bothered. That means not marry them. That means to start buying up land and building your own communities. That's what it means. It means going back to where our ancestors took us, that we slapped them in the face and gave it back and lost everything because one man told us to, hold hands with white folk, right? And we gave up our stuff and went to spend money at theirs, which if we had been patient, ours would have looked like Black Wall Street. It would have looked way better than theirs, but we didn't have the patience to do that.
And yep. All right. So, and all right, y'all. And so let's do this. And before I showed you this one the other day, consider with the brother here. You seen where the brother was defending himself?
Oh yeah, that's the saddest thing, man. God, that's the saddest thing right there. And got charges, right?
Yep.
Oh, that bothers me.
Yeah. I'll just go to the video here.
43-year-old Christopher Temple. Temple punches Moses,
Let me see.
working with the cattle.
Unfortunately, that situation was made worse by two individuals, both of which having made poor decisions. And Shreveport Police Department is doing everything it can to try to come in and clean up the mess.
Clean up the mess. Why didn't you go and clean up the white boy? Go arrest him. Well, he did, didn't he? Okay, well,
Yeah,
case
he did.
closed. Case closed.
Yeah.
We all saw
Case
him
closed.
pop him first. So see, what they want to do is they want to throw a punch and not get one back. That's what they want to do. But did you see? I'm gonna show you the one with the black girl with the white man. The white man popped her and she popped him and he hit the ground.
Oh yeah, that one. Yeah, that was funny.
Man,
I
that
remember
one right there. Ooh,
That
man,
was
that
funny.
was the highlight of my night right there.
You got
Gotta play it out.
yeah. We're gonna go off with that one. So you gotta send it. That's gonna be the positive go off one right there.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, go ahead.
Show 25-year-old Trevor Moses and 43-year-old Christopher Temple. Temple punches Moses first, then,
Yeah, there
according
with
to
his white friends.
SBD, the fight continued until Moses hit Temple in the face, who then hit his head on the concrete. Temple later died on February.
Now he kept hitting him until the brother finally said, "All right."
Oh, he kept hitting him.
He kept hitting him.
Wow. So it wasn't just one punch, it was several
No.
punches. So
He-
why is the brother in jail? That's what I need to know. So
That's a
why?
great question. Just like that young sister who
Yeah.
was in jail. And this is why I was saying before, like when we was like, oh, let's march now. Like, why now? We supposed to be at that jail cell with that young sister who whipped that
Yeah.
little white girl who,
Yes.
removed her. Oh, she should not be in jail. This brother should
Right.
not be in jail. You
And
know what I'm
that's
saying?
what we need to be marching to. If you're gonna get out there, this is what you need to be getting out there, supporting your own. Period.
Mhm.
Plain and simple. Why would we get out there when those folks voted for him, that fool, and now you want us to go out there and march because you did what you wanted to do? No, we're gonna march for our own. You're gonna go out there. Let's go and let's visit these jails and make sure this dude is okay. We got to show up for this. Is what we don't do. We have to show up when it's time to show up. You showed up for George Floyd, right? Let's show up for our brother right here. He shouldn't be in jail. Why is he there? This dude is losing everything. Whether they're gonna keep him or not, they probably not. But still, he's losing his time on his job. He's gonna lose paying his bills. So that's what they're trying to do. You're gonna pay one way or another, and how they're gonna make him pay is lose everything, and then they're gonna release him. That's what they do. That's what them crackers do. They always got a plan behind their nonsense. But we need to get out here. Wherever this is, where is this at? Where is this? We need to be out there.
Shreveport, Louisiana.
Louisiana. Oh, Louisiana, how they is anyway. Them little racist devils out there. We know how Louisiana is. But Louisiana brothers need to be out there protecting this dude out there. Let's release him. Why is he in jail? This was that self-defense. The dude didn't just hit him one time. So the dude hit him several times, but he's in jail for fighting back. Come on now. Come on. No.
Okay, so let's see. I'll play the rest
Then
of
hit
it.
his head on the concrete. Temple later died on February 15th due to injuries.
Was the intention in that case. And sometimes we have instances where we refer to as negligent injuries. So if there was no intent, but an injury still resulted, that person could face some charges due to some type of negligence on their part.
Moses has
Well,
been
negligence. I'm saving my life.
He didn't hit him fast enough. Yeah. Only thing negligent was he didn't hit him fast enough.
Yeah,
He let him keep
exactly.
it.
That was negligent right there. You should have popped him off the first hit.
Exactly.
degree battery. SPD says these cases use the principle of the 1989 Supreme Court case Graham versus Connor. Was the use of force justified, and was the force reasonable?
And that's ultimately what the district attorney's office will do, is go on past rulings. And that's where the jury of our peers comes into play. That's why many times we take cases like that before a grand jury or to trial.
Yeah.
That's crazy. That's crazy. I'm telling you, we need to be out there right there. Brothers in Shreveport need to be out there. Let this brother go. Until they let him go, we need to start standing up for our own. Seriously.
Yeah. And listen, I was gonna play another one, but like I said, I was already late, and we talked about it, but and we could talk about this of course I'm gonna bring this one back up anyway.
Yeah, we need to keep bringing it up.
Exactly.
This needs some attention on it. Every black news person need to be talking about this, because that brother shouldn't be in jail. That's self-defense, plain and simple. Anytime we defend ourselves, they want to get you used to not fighting back. That's what that is. If you hit them, you go to jail. Whatever. Tell them to keep their hands to themselves, then they won't have to get knocked the hell out. Period.
That's a fact. And consider I'm gonna come back to this one, right? If we have time, or we could do this later.
What is it?
These little Hispanic boys with the Hispanic kids would talk with a t-shirt talking about some N-words, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, really? They get to do that now?
Yeah, they are friends, so I guess
Oh,
so.
wow. Okay.
And then I was gonna show some more friends about these Asians talking about Latasha Harlins.
Oh, I didn't watch that on purpose. Oh boy, you finna get. I'm gonna take a blood pressure pill.
I'm not gonna play it, but I'm not gonna play it right now. I'm gonna skip that. We gonna come back to it.
Oh my God.
If we have more
I wasn't ready for that one for a guess.
Listen,
Oh,
they love these little Asian
when I
people
seen
already.
that, I just totally just was like, I'm not gonna be pulled into that. I'm just not. Go ahead.
No, because we definitely go have to.
Oh
Well,
my
we're gonna
God.
skip it. We're gonna come back.
You could play it if you want to. It's gonna be hard. I'm gonna mute my mic though when you do it.
No, we're gonna stick to the topic. And we could, because like I said, we have enough time. And then this is Zambia. Speaking of the Chinese, the Zambia mine, messing up their water.
Yeah.
Put the
Well,
stuff,
that's on
poison
them. You get them out. Get them out. They messing up your water. They don't know how to get them out. Period.
Well, not
Burn
all
it
of them.
in, burn it down. Burn it up. Move. Get out.
Well, considering not all of them is bad. Maybe some.
Look, Marquez, don't play with me. Well, let me just say it like this: all the ones that I know are. I've not seen one good yet, but if you see one, just let me know what
No,
one.
all of them is in their DNA. It's Neanderthal blood. They particularly have Denisovan blood. It's like they can't help it. That's
They
the
can't.
part.
I swear,
It
they
is
can't.
what it is. It's DNA. What you
Oh
want
my
me to do?
God.
I
And
didn't
that's
make the world.
nationwide. That's nationwide.
It's like Tupac said, I was given this world. I didn't make it. I didn't do this. But anyway.
Oh Lordy.
All of them consider. I just wanted to be clear.
Capital A-L-L. All of them.
So speaking of the segregation thing,
y'all know they sick of us, right? They sick of us. Look at this shit. Now why the fuck?
You seen this, Cassidra?
I love it. I love it. I had to put that on my Facebook. Happy Segregation Day. I love it. Oh man.
Now why are we like this? Y'all know damn well. Black TikTok, first of all, Black TikTok got me high.
Anyway,
I love it.
Happy Segregation Days to you.
I love it.
So, considering as I crawl from underneath my bed to do this, now I want to play this because this is something that you was brought up before.
Oh wow.
About how the fools who messing with Trump, what happened to them. So listen to this.
Jennifer Piggott voted for Trump in the November election. Then in February, she was fired from her civil service job.
Absolutely. I feel a little bit betrayed.
She was among more than 125 people dismissed last month from the Treasury Department's Bureau of Fiscal Service in Parkersburg, West Virginia.
There's always that back and forth conversation now. It's like, you knew this was coming, but we didn't. Like, nobody that I've talked to understood the devastation that having this administration in office would do to our lives.
No kings, no tyrants, no kings, no tyrants.
The cuts have shaken up a community that overwhelmingly.
Hey, because it's better them crying than we crying. Like, oh, we voted for them and they're
swear.
better they crying than we crying. That's all. That's what y'all can tell yourselves. Because we would be the one. Well, they promised they was gonna do this for black people, but then they didn't do nothing. And anyway, let them cry for once. Jesus.
Oh my God. Yes.
Voted for Trump. He won West Virginia with 70% of the vote, one of his biggest victories. But the betrayal felt by Piggott, a church-going conservative and three-time Trump voter, comes as political analysts are examining early signs of a possible backlash in Republican strongholds like Parkersburg, where the government-slashing efforts of Trump and Doge are beginning to hit home.
Elon Musk has basically taken over our government and is calling the shots, unfortunately, it seems to be.
A handful of Republican voters who lost their federal
Seems to
jobs
be.
joined Democrats at a recent anti-Doge protest near the Bureau of Fiscal Service offices in Parkersburg. But the federal job losses in the state could soon extend beyond the BFS building, says West Virginia University economics professor John Deskins.
West Virginia is at the very top of the states in terms of the federal workforce as a share of total workforce in the state. So if the federal layoffs happen, if they hit West Virginia, we stand to suffer a disproportionate share.
Well, basically, you know, all them white places, they the wolves on welfare. They taking our tax money anyway to give them welfare. They need to be pulling themselves up by the bootstraps.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like, that's all I can say. I'm glad. Don't give my tax money to them fools. Fire all they ass. You know,
all of them.
When those jobs disappear, when that income disappears, when that spending leaves the state economy.
But in Reuters interviews with 36 workers, business owners, and politicians in Parkersburg, nearly all said that Trump's focus on cutting government spending was a worthy goal. And Reuters Ipsos polling shows Americans' attitude toward Trump are so far essentially unchanged since he began firing federal workers in February. As of this week, his approval rating was holding steady at 44%.
Cutting costs and waste and fraud and we love that big picture. I love that big picture. My friends, you know, we were excited about that because it is
So what
true.
are you complaining for?
But again, I can't help but go back to the fact that what is the decisions that you're making right now solving in the big picture? It just
it's solving a lot.
The concept of voting for that again, voting for Elon Musk essentially to wreck people's lives, I can't do it.
The economic impact of the mass dismissals across America may not be immediately felt. So far, 100,000 government workers have been fired or taken a buyout.
Wow.
Parkersburg is bracing for another round of layoffs, with all government agencies ordered to make plans to cut career staff by March 13th.
Looks like they're all white to me, huh?
KG, if you're out,
seems that way.
I'm
I thought that black people was suing last year. This time was suing like federal governments for discrimination. But shouts out to Koku in the building, Bitter Medicine Podcast. Appreciate you coming through, my brother. Cassidra, so what you think about that, Cassidra?
I'm loving it. I have my popcorn over here, and I'm loving it. I'm minding my business.
I'm like,
I'm minding my own business.
No, you need a match or something? That's what I'm saying.
Hey, I'm just minding my business. I'm just saying.
Because I hear you, Cassidra. You minding your business, but this good white man here. No, I'm sorry, good male. I take back man. This good white dude here has something to say to you. I hear what you just said.
But Black brothers and sisters across this country.
Oh, we brothers and sisters.
I'm asking for your forgiveness.
Oh, I cannot. We brothers and sisters now, huh? Oh man. Okay,
Sorry.
I'm sorry.
Wow.
For your forgiveness, because I see it.
Please.
Oh wow. You see it now, huh? He must have been one that lost his job. Huh? I'm just saying, what in the world?
I saw it yesterday as we incarcerated a generation of your children and then profited.
He saw it yesterday. He saw it yesterday. Oh, yesterday he saw it. Oh.
But it's been happening, what, 20 years, right?
No,
you know,
400.
Right? Oh.
400, 700 years, maybe. That's all. Only 700. Right, yesterday.
How about that? Just yesterday. It's been happening for all that time, but he just saw it yesterday. Okay. We got you. Go ahead.
You sorry, Cassidra. Let's do this good white dude.
I saw it in the history books as men who looked just like me imprisoned and shackled people who looked just like you, and then built a nation off of the backs of your ancestors' labor.
I didn't know that till yesterday.
So
I'm gonna ask you today, white boy, what you did? How much stuff did you give to a black person? Did you empty your bank account and give it to a black person? Then is that what you did? Did you go jump in front of a bullet to save a black person? Okay.
At the table of privilege gives me the ability to easily ignore the scraps of food that fall on the floor that you have to fight for. Professional cowardice is a learned behavior, and because my rights are handed to me on a silver platter in this country, I can say and do whatever I want, which includes being complicit through silence and inaction. For too long, I've carried your cause in my heart and shook my head disapprovingly as the bad things happened.
Oh, he said something to a racist dude. He must be cool. Like, he was like, oh, that's cool, bro.
All the while knowing that I was going to be just fine. I can't do that anymore.
I can't do that
I'm not
anymore.
asking for praise or adoration. I'm asking for direction.
Nope.
Help. And by the way, why was the first thing you think is I'm not asking for praise? You think we was gonna give you praise or adoration?
Exactly.
Fool?
What in the world?
Where'd that come
We're
from?
not even going to acknowledge him. How about that? He said, I want to learn. I can't help him. Got a lot of history books out there.
It's probably because there's so many black people giving them praise and adoration.
Yeah, exactly. Nope.
More. And I'm not asking for praise or adoration. I'm asking for direction.
Yeah, right. Okay.
Help me understand how to fight for you.
Nope.
No, I help him. I help him understand. Okay, take this 4-5, right? Go to every Neanderthal that you see, take them out, and then when you're done, put it on yourself, and then we can talk about if this is the first good white dude ever.
Like, what was the other white dude back in the slavery days? That John. What was the man named?
No, they call him John Brown. Don't believe that. That's some BS. It ain't no such thing as a good white dude. There's no such thing. I talked about this all the time. That's the first person they want to say. If you look up who he is, no.
Nope.
Black people need a savior so bad that that's all we need is somebody to be, I'm sorry, and don't even mean it.
I don't even want to hear you sorry. I don't. Talk to your people. Don't talk to me. Go talk to your folk. Since you say that you understand, you just saw it yesterday. Talk to your people. Don't come to talk to us. What you talking to us for? What do you need? What do you want? Because we ain't giving nothing. Go talk to your people. That's what you can do. Okay. I ain't even wasting my time hearing all that. I don't even watch videos like that because I don't want to hear it. I don't. Only thing I want to see is this segregation. Let's see what let's do that. Let's go ahead and get that. Let's make that happen. Quick as possible. Then that way I ain't never got to talk to them. I ain't never got to see them. I ain't never got to deal with them. I ain't never got to have nothing to do with them. Period. That's the only thing they can do for me right now. Disappear. Period. Go ahead.
And shouts out to William Bell in the building.
Hey, William. Welcome.
No. He's saying sorry though.
Give me the words to say.
I'm sorry that we came together.
To march.
Give him the
there
words.
Are plenty of us that need to be emboldened
by
what you know.
This is disgusting.
That need to have a fire lit in our souls that will cause us to speak up, not for our own justice, but for yours.
We don't need you to speak up for us.
Please continue.
What you been saying nothing? What are you gonna say now? Who cares? Why are you coming to us? Why are you not going to your people? Why are you coming over here? Because we're not going. I don't care. I don't have nothing to say to him. I don't care. He can beg all day long. I don't care. I hear nothing. I hear womp, 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 womp. That's what I hear. I don't have no sympathy. I don't have no nothing for him. I don't even care if he get it or not. Because when Trump get done with their when Trump gets done with them, this right here is karma. I don't care what nobody say. I ain't never seen white folk cry like this. This is like amusing to me. I'm sorry. I sit up there and I watch the videos with them just. I'm like, man, I have to play that thing about 20. I sit up there I'm like, man, this is amazing. I'm loving it. I rewind the video and play it again. Just tears. Just my God. I'm just like, wow. I ain't never seen white folk cry like this. Man, this is a shocker for me. Let me rewind it. Let's play it again. Ain't there no time for them? They can cry. They can cry till they cry on the river. Tell your filth this. Go to your people. Don't come to us asking us nothing. You had a chance. We tried to tell you, right? We tried to tell you. Go pull up some of those videos. Well, we tried to tell you. Don't come to us now talking about, oh, I just found. Well, hey, good. I'm glad you got it. Now go talk to yours. What you coming over here for? We don't have nothing to say. We talked out. Ain't nothing else to say. Have a good day. That's how I feel. And walk away because I don't care.
And that's
It is something.
Well, check this out, Cassidra.
This is really, I'm officially announcing my departure from the Republican Party.
Oh God, I'm loving it. Let her cry, please.
Yo, but you notice they still, I don't think they have tear ducts for real. Like everything I've ever seen, and look up any video of a white person crying. Tell me if you see a tear. Please show me. They don't have tear ducts. I don't think.
They got that down packed. That's them crying. And you'll see no tears. Girl, honey, please go ahead. I ain't messing with this stuff. Go ahead. They can cry, enjoy it. Go ahead. Cry a river. Let me get a boat first. You cry a river. I'm gonna be sailing on your tears. Go ahead. I feel nothing. Sorry, I don't.
Initiative. And I can say I honestly never thought that I would so deeply regret my vote for Donald Trump.
I voted for him for lower grocery prices. He promised me cheaper prices on groceries. And that has not happened. Not only has that not happened, I am getting my food stamps taken. I am getting my cash assistance taken. I am getting my.
Wait a minute. Whoa.
Wait,
but you said black folk was on BET.
Right, hold on.
Oh,
that don't make no sense.
What you mean? What you mean? What you mean?
No sense.
Huh?
Right.
I thought it was just black folk getting them food stamps.
Right. That don't even matter.
Cash benefits. I'm just saying.
You mean my tax money was going to this white bitch?
What?
Oh my God.
Yeah. I bet she was getting more too. What you bet?
Oh no.
Tell me they're getting taken, please. Do I care? Go ahead.
Pull yourself up by the bootstraps.
Exactly.
Listen, let me tell you something. You lazy, and all you want to do is have handouts from the government and have babies, right? You sit in your trailer parks.
Yeah,
exactly. You know what I'm saying? You know what? This is.
Guess you're gonna have to get out and work, huh, Becky?
Get off the food stamps and off the what?
There's no reason for them to be on food stamps. You white, there's no reason for you to be out there begging on them streets. You have all the opportunity. I don't not feel sorry for them. They have every opportunity, more so than black folk, to have a CEO job, and you sitting on here on food stamps. Give me a break.
Well, to be fair, considering if they go outside in the sun, they probably burn and stuff. So I don't know. They can't necessarily do nothing because they got to stay in the house all day. So I don't know. But
yeah. Ain't taken. I am getting all my welfare.
What up, Jermaine Thompson?
Taken. I did not
ask
for this.
Wait, how much handouts you getting? You talking about I'm getting this taken, I'm getting that taken. How much handouts you get?
Man, she got this system is made for her, and she talking about welfare. What are we doing here? What are we doing here? So you wasted your privilege. That's what it is. You wasted your privilege. That's crazy. When all you had to do was put on a suit, didn't even have to put on a suit. Just go get one of them CEO jobs just because I'm white and I say so. And you couldn't do that. Do I feel sorry for her? Hell to the no. I don't. Why would I?
She better get it from one of her baby daddies.
That's all I'm saying. Okay. Please, one of them other Neanderthal cave niggas. Whatever. Man.
I would not have voted.
We're potty training.
Okay.
That's crazy. These commercials are too.
I knew this was going to happen.
Oh wow!
Tell me they're lying.
You ain't got no teeth.
I need somebody to tell me they're lying.
Where the teeth at? Where's the tears?
You mean that I'm not going to
show me a tear?
One
anywhere. They don't have tear ducts. I'm telling you.
Wow,
that's
it might be real. They don't have. I think this is true.
Because what the happened? Do you understand that there are people like me who cannot work? Do you understand there are people like me who have kids who cannot eat?
Listen, pull yourselves up by the bootstraps, girl.
Girl, go put on a suit and go get that CEO job. What's the problem?
Lazy.
Do I feel? Yeah. Do I feel bad? Okay.
Broken home. Daddy probably done
Girl,
did all time of stuff to her, and mama
man.
probably on meth and
Woo.
strung out on all kinds of, you know how they be on drugs.
Yeah. That's opiates. That's that opiates.
Yeah. That's why they can't do nothing.
Yeah.
Do you understand there are people like me who go hungry the last week of the month just so my kids can't eat because SNAP benefits is all we get? I need somebody to please fucking tell me he's lying. I can't.
Nope.
Oh my God, this is
What am I gonna do?
what are people gonna do?
It's at 30
We're gonna do
minutes.
what black folk did all this time. Survive.
I just really regret not bringing a coat and wearing heels. That was a pretty ridiculous move, but
crazy.
Next time I know. Oh, and then we went to this restaurant, and
all right, I don't care.
Oh my God, what is
looking
shit?
Not.
Oh, look at Grandma. Oh, Grandma, I bet you voted for him too, huh? Now he just cut you a check. Whatever.
She's only 36 years old.
Yeah, I know.
Who are reacting to their videos? Check them out.
Hey, fellow warriors.
Oh, wow.
You did it once. I hope you'll do it again. It's
She probably was that little girl in that picture with
the one that was looking up with the black dude with Bernie. That was her. Yep, that was her. Calm, but something else ain't it?
And it's something.
That this message be heard by as many people as possible. There's a march this Saturday.
Oh, that's what she was talking about?
Oh, you can forget it. I got to go and swim the beach. I got to suck up the water on the beach. Ain't that one of them black girls on TikTok said, y'all go out there and suck the water up. You got to clean up. You got to mop the water up at the beach. Ain't nobody thinking about y'all. We busy.
They just gonna go out and stop traffic and all this stuff. Like, what are you doing? Like, get out of the street. You know what I'm saying? Like, and somebody will I'll see if they run a car through that one this time. See what happens.
To noon at all 50 Capitol buildings around the beautiful country.
We busy, Grandma.
Won't protesting a pain in the ass for them, and they talk about don't protest all this stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, that's what they were telling us, right? Okay. Hey, we're gonna do what you told us. We're gonna stay at home.
What you gotta understand is, like, we think we just gotta educate. They smarter. Well, I ain't gonna say this. They're dumb as hell. They're not smart enough.
No, they're not.
But what they do understand is the fact that, right? See, when something happened to them, they're not gonna sit there like Negroes would be like, oh, we can put our issues to the side.
They never sit there.
Right. We just gonna sit there and take it. You know what I'm saying?
We're not. I'm telling you, it's gonna be a civil war within the next month or two. I'm telling you, y'all be careful. Stay, do what you gotta do. Get your peanuts and your candy bars, but be careful. I'm telling you, it's gonna be a civil war. And it's not gonna be about us, it's gonna be about them on them. So just stay out the way, have a whole seat, get your popcorn, but make sure you got your candy bars and your peanuts when you go out. That's all I'm gonna say, because I know it's a civil war coming. You can hear it. You can feel it in the atmosphere. Oh, it's coming. Go ahead.
We need you all to come out and protest.
Grandma, no. You can forget it. Please. I need you to have a seat.
Share this. Thank you.
You're welcome, but we ain't coming. Sorry.
No, you're not even welcome. No. Shut the hell up, old lady.
Forecast, you ain't
welcome. I made the mistake of turning.
Hey, Anthony.
Shut up, my brother Anthony.
Oh God, not again. Lord have mercy.
System is built on one thing.
Yep, white supremacy.
Oh, exactly. Now you see they're gonna try to move it away from white supremacy. It's capitalism. It's all these other nonsense things. You know what I'm saying? No, it's what they define as quote unquote white supremacy.
They're gonna try to tell you what it is. We've been trying to tell you for years what it was. So now we don't even want to hear it. Tell your people what it is. We don't care. We don't care, Grandma. Oh yeah, this one was funny.
I see.
It's important for us to hear about
What in the world?
Yeah, I don't know why she's putting that on her face.
And it's important. Have peeped their game. We're on to them.
Mm-hmm.
And we've always been so much wiser and far more intelligent than they gave us credit for, which just shows their stupidity and weakness. Yeah. And so every other group that's been out protesting, because there have been protests, pro-Palestine, immigration, white women.
Mm-hmm.
But see, we haven't been out there in mass. That's what they wanted, so that law enforcement can unleash violence. Have you all noticed that with all these protests, the media coverage hasn't been as extensive?
Mm-mm. Police ain't been out there either.
The police response has been really mild. A few arrests, but that's about it. And see, us not being out in the street really has thrown them for a loop.
They don't know what to think about.
So they said, okay, what we'll do is we will put out this headline that we're going to end the lease early on the Obama library that was moving this year anyway. And we're going to put the Freedom Rise Museum up for sale. We're going to pardon Derek Chauvin. We're going to pardon the January 6th insurrectionist earlier.
Hey, Cassandra, let me ask you, do you care if the January 6th people go to jail or not?
I don't give a dang what they do.
Yeah, why black people was tripping about that anyway?
I don't know. I don't care. Who cares? I don't give a dang about none of that. I don't care. Let them all out if you want to. Let them kill up each other. Who cares?
Right. That's what I'm like. Yeah. I mean, so what? A white girl got killed. So what?
Why do I care?
Right. That's why I'm like, why do black people was tripping about that? I was like, I don't know. I was like, maybe missing something.
It's nonsense. They just want something to be upset about. But doesn't faze me none.
In the year, they probably will say that they're going to cancel Juneteenth. All of this information was released about Dr. King's personal life. And we have just been ignoring all that bullshit. Minding our business, resting, planning.
Yeah.
See, people confuse rest with being idle. The majority of us are not being idle at all. And what many of us have come to realize is that protesting out in the street with signs is ineffective. What is effective is where we choose to spend our
There
money.
you go. That's right there.
Power. That's where
that's what they scared of.
In terms of protest really lies. As a community, we hold a lot of economic power that they have taken for granted. Oh, well, they're going to get a rude awakening.
And I am happy that black folk, you know why I got, because I got black and brown this and black and brown that, and people of color this, and
I haven't heard that black and brown for a minute.
Lord, and now black people finally like, you know what, let's focus on black people. And all I could do is say, and I thought about what you said, take it how you can get it, Cassandra. You're right. You know,
exactly.
If this is what it took for it to happen, thank goodness.
Yes. Jermaine said something about the I know you didn't mean dumb twins, though. The twins. Yeah. Did you put something up on the twins?
No, I never heard about that.
You didn't hear what?
Oh yeah. No, we did. We talked about that last time, I think.
Okay, we talked about it. Yeah. But we need to keep that one and the other one in the news. We need to keep those two stories in the news.
Yeah. Because we definitely talked about it last time.
Yeah, we did.
They disappeared and stuff.
Yeah, I think the white dude did it. Sorry, the dude, the white dude that took the pictures. I believe he did it.
Mm-hmm.
That's who they need to go after right there.
Yeah, that EMS dude who took the pictures and
right
put them
there.
up.
Yep, exactly. Yep, I believe that's who they need to go after right there. And his family could be like, we don't want to press charges and go handle your business. Period. Just saying.
Okay. Yeah.
Right. On that front too, y'all. Again, I'm so proud of us. We are starving these vampires like they are being exposed to direct sunlight. And let's just keep it up.
Yes.
Hello, what's up? Hi.
All right. Now I'm sorry this girl is putting stuff on her face. I don't know why girls be talking and why they putting stuff on their face. what she said was kind of. I was like, all right, let me play what she said
They
though.
are trying so desperately to get a reaction out of Black people, to get Black people riled up, to make them angry.
That's funny.
I'm sorry, but it is truly, truly laughable because it's not working. It's like first they, want to get Derek Chauvin pardoned. We don't give a fuck. And then they make this big dramatic scene about tearing up the Black Lives Matter mural. And all I'm thinking to myself when I'm watching that is, that's a lot of fucking money. They could have just painted over this. What they don't understand is when we say we're done, we're done.
We're done. That's right.
None of that shit is moving us.
No.
We cannot be moved.
We are done. They don't get it.
What y'all should be mad about is they wasting y'all fucking tax dollars to jackhammer that shit up when they could have just repainted it. We're gonna be all right. Always have been, always will be.
That's right.
All right.
Always.
You want to say something about that, Cassidra?
I love it. I love it.
Hold on one second. Well, you can talk, but hold on one second. Go ahead, though.
I am loving it. I have never seen white folk cry so much in my life. And I'm just like, every time I see it, I tune in and I play it 15 times because I am loving it. About time. But people don't even understand this is karma. This is it's almost like it's turning. The turn, it's here. Our turn is here. This is our turn right now. And I've never seen Black folk at the point where we are now, where we're like, I don't care. Get out, get away. We're not doing it and keep moving it. See what I'm saying? This is our turn. And I'm seeing a whole lot of Black businesses coming about. I hope y'all understanding that and seeing that. This is the time that we are supposed to be building now. Because if Trump talking about segregation, hey, bring it on. I'm good. That means white folks stay over there. Black folk come over here. We got our own police department, our own mayors, our own everybody over us. And let them keep over there. They don't need to come over here to our areas. Stay on your side of the track so we stay on our side. Then that way we don't have to deal with them. That is heaven on earth right there to me. Not having to be bothered, not having to deal, not having to talk, not having to see them ever. That right there, I mean, that's the best thing ever for me. I'm just saying. Bring it on. When I first saw him talk about segregation, I'm like, bring it on. We are ready. We are so ready because I'm so sick of them. Every time I look around, I got to look at them and talk to them. I'm sick of them people. They are trouble. Everywhere they go, they bring trauma and drama. Everywhere they go. Even when they trying to play, they still traumatizing people. It's just sickening. Just to think about, just to hear their voice sometimes is disgusting. But I'm like, come on, let's bring it. So when I'm seeing all these white folk crying, I'm looking at them like, wow, y'all got this is amazing. I ain't never seen y'all cry so much. Now you seeing, now you understanding what we went through for years. We was trying to tell y'all. Y'all didn't want to listen. Now you say, okay, please tell me. Please talk to me. Please teach me. Nope. Go away. Have a good day. Go pull up some of them old videos when we were talking to you. Go study those videos. How about that? Because we're done talking. We're done paying you any attention. We're not even giving them the time of day. That's what they're not used to. We're not even talking to them. They talking wah, and we turning our heads and we talking to the next person. Because who cares? Go pull up the old videos where we were trying to tell you what was going on. And you told us, oh, that ain't happening. It's, it's all good. Okay, well, now it's all good. That ain't happening to y'all either. You guys will be okay. Bye. Have a good day. Seriously, who cares? Nobody got time for them. Go ahead, forecast.
No, and I'll say this, right? And why listen, Cassidra, right? Since they want to be like we be defending Trump, I'll say this, right? If Trump manages to destroy America, get like all the fools who would be white off of the face of the planet, and then off himself, I will then nominate him for the best white person or white Neanderthal to ever have lived. So
yes,
then
he would really actually cared.
I was like, put this, that's one of the good ones right there. So once he does that, a monument, put him on a mountain, whatever. Holiday Trump Day, you know what I'm saying? Like just celebrate this.
Man.
That's when so since they want to say that, that's when I'll be like, okay, that's when he's the good one.
Hey, that was the best white boy ever.
That was the lesser of two evils.
Man, that's crazy.
Oh man.
Oh man, I'm telling you, he is just shocking the hell out of them. And they're like standing there with their mouth open, like, what? We're gonna lose our jobs? What? What do you mean? We voted for you. What are you doing? They are just shocked. It's like how that mime, the one that when you go LOL and you see the one that's laughing, then you see the one that's going with his mouth open, like, what? And they got their mouth open, the little, yeah, I'm like, look at there. Look at there. This is for you. You didn't think he was gonna do it, huh? You thought he was gonna just hurt us. So guess what? Surprise. Surprise. How you like me now? He is tearing their behinds up. All them people lost their jobs. Most of them was white. That's shocking me. That's like, what? I can't even believe it. But it's good to see though. I'm just saying. Yeah. How you like me now? How you doing over there? You good? You making it? You're pulling yourself up by the bootstraps. I'm just saying. Okay. Have a good day.
Nah, because I can see that they're gonna be hella mad. They know. Shouts out to my brother Anthony. Shouts out to Jermaine in the building.
Yes.
You know, I could tell they not nobody saying nothing. They listening, but they not saying nothing.
Hey, so, that is what it is. They can just go make their own channels. They can make their own commentary because we don't care. If you don't agree because you're a coon, that's up to you. Seriously, who cares? We're not here to please people. We are here to bring light to what's going on in Black community. You know, and yeah, we ain't gonna please. We're not gonna touch everybody. We're not gonna get everybody. It's gonna be some that's gonna stay behind, and they're gonna die with them crackers. Go ahead and try to live with them and be over there mirroring them and up next to them and thinking they're your friends. Then when you get over there and we gone, you stuck over there with them. You're gonna see who your friend. Go ahead. Got time for this nonsense.
See, I was gonna play this young lady here, but I'm not though. It's the same thing. It's more the same thing. I think we covered it. I want to play this one though, consider, and hopefully we try to get through as much of it. Sure. But I want to show you this because I wanted to show you some other stuff too, but I don't want it to be too late. But I want you to check out what this sister is saying.
Absolutely.
Do you know the 5 most common mentalities that manifested in the Black community after slavery? And Magruder knew, and he used that knowledge to create these 5 main characters from his hit show, The Boondocks: Uncle Ruckus, Tom, Granddad, Raleigh, and Huey. Each character represents a common mentality that you will find within the Black community and among Black people in general, regardless of class, where they went to school, work, or who they choose to live with. All right, so boom. First up is Uncle Ruckus, no relation.
Now, I've listened to your black ass talk all day about how much you can't stand Black folks.
Ain't two of them in the history of the world that's worth a scroll for.
Oh, how much you love white folks?
Best thing the good Lord ever did for the planet Earth.
Ruckus, you black as ace of spades, man.
I don't see the need for you to go and insult the man after a game of checkers. We've been reminiscing all day, looking in each other's eyes, acting like we like each other. Now you got to go ahead and remind me of my ailment.
Ailment?
That's right. You heard of vitiligo? Shoot. Well, I got re-vitiligo. You're right. It smell like lemon juice.
Now, this was some brothers trying to tell me right now when I was saying.
Ruckus, how could you possibly love white people so
That's
much?
what, see, this is my consider. This, haven't we asked this question? This is the question we consider. This me and you right now. This is me, and this is the answer that we getting.
Yes. White people so much.
How could you possibly?
It's easy. Have you ever looked at them? See? White man just a joy to be around. They smell like lemon juice and pledge furniture cleaner. And look at them. They gave us discipline, jobs, put structure in our lives, took us out the jungle. And what we do to show our appreciation? We march up and down the street. We vote. Carry on in grace.
Well, how about this? Game.
That's the best move right there. I love it.
Internalized racism or self-hatred is an adaptive response to systemic oppression. People from historically oppressed communities, such as Black Americans, including Legacy people, Latin Americans, Aborigine Australians, etc. Basically, anybody who's non-white may adopt the beliefs of their oppressors to mitigate threats such as discrimination, violence, or economic exclusion. By aligning themselves with white supremacist values, these individuals attempt to fit in via proximity to whiteness, which they falsely equate with power. People with this internalized racism or self-hate mentality hope to secure safety, social acceptance, or economic opportunities by distancing themselves from their own culture.
So they think that they will find safety by being accepted into white circles, right? And that's the
Bad
way.
move.
Horrible move.
Oh,
right?
the worst move ever.
So, no, you can say what you want to say, Jermaine.
For example, for y'all who watching who speak Legacies,
It's all the same subject.
English, you'll probably hear
when you think
people
about
of your own race tell you the way that you speak is bad, broken English, and it's not the proper way of speaking. Most people with this Uncle Ruckus mentality actually believe that American English, or what's commonly known as white American English, is the standard for Black people, even though our ancestors did not come from England. This, my friend, is a typical case of internalized racism or self-hatred. It's also what I call raccoon syndrome. Nope, I will not be explaining, because those who get it, and I don't need any raccoons reporting my page. Now, unless you was raised in a pro-Black household where your people was pumping Black love, Black history, Black pride into you at a very young age, most of us will have an Uncle Ruckus phase growing up. I know for me, just growing up.
Now, I ain't have that, but I ain't have no damn Uncle Ruckus phase. I had an ignorant phase. I didn't know. I watched football and stuff, but I ain't never hate to be Black.
Oh no, I ain't. Not no Uncle Ruckus phase. What?
Yeah.
No.
I was like ignorant, but yeah, I ain't never hate myself per se. I ain't never. Yeah.
As a Gullah-Geechee speaking woman, dark-skinned woman with thick, curly hair, I definitely had my experience. I ain't gonna say I was extreme like Uncle Ruckus, but I definitely had feelings of not wanting to be Black, wishing that my hair was straight. Like just didn't want to associate myself with Blackness, period, because you're born and raised in an anti-Black mentality. So again, unless you are raised in a household where your people are already teaching you from a
see, that's something different, because that's a household that's putting a different mentality, not just not Black, because I didn't get a Black one instilled into me, but I didn't get a self-hate instilled into me either.
But she sounds like she's probably from Ireland, like maybe, Nigeria or somewhere. She's not, you know what I'm saying? That's usually what it is. The ones that come from the islands who love white folk. I'm just saying.
She said she from the Gullah Geechee, I think.
What's that at? Is that South Carolina?
Yeah.
What's that at? Okay. Yeah, but
I think so. But I don't know.
I think it is, if I'm not mistaken. Anybody in the chat know? I think that is South Carolina, but that's a different breed down there. South Carolina still just as racist as it used to be. That's Myrtle Beach down there. They still racist as crap down there. They got Black folk on one end of town and white folk on the other end. Anybody got time for that? They still living like that. So that's that mentality. Whatever. Whole thing.
On how to not absorb all of that anti-Blackness that you're unfortunately going to receive, then you're going to go through like an Uncle Ruckus phase, or you're going to go through a self-hating phase until you are able to find your people, which I did when I went to college. Now, I know I ain't alone in that feeling. Again, as I say, I know a lot of people went through that particular phase growing up, just Black people, and somebody would insult each other.
Yeah, there you go. That's my girl right there.
Oh,
we need to do a story on her right there.
In big, as if the Black was the insult. And she'll be confused at a young age, saying it's a choice, but a psychological defense mechanism. Her theory is that prolonged exposure to racism rewires our self-perception, leading individuals to view themselves as people of their race through the lens of white supremacy. So again, if you are still struggling with detoxing from the Uncle Ruckus mentality, then I recommend you unlearn and internalize anti-Blackness by reading Dr. Francis Percival's book, The ISIS Paper.
Right. If you have a problem, right, if you would go at a sister who does so much for the community just to defend, non-Black people,
that's sad. What in the world?
That is sad. That's not a good thing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
How do you do that and be okay with yourself? That's what we need to understand. How are you defending white folk who hate you, who have done nothing for you, and you have somebody that's doing for the community and you have an issue with her? There's something wrong with that picture.
It's something
very wrong.
But that's a mentality that is created, just that Uncle Ruckus, or is in this case, if was the way she put it, the Tom in the show syndrome. But it's that self-hatred, and you go through that phase of hating yourself, I guess.
But she said she got out of it when she went to college, right? And eventually, better.
Yeah, that's what you said too. Like when they go to the Black schools instead of they get out of white areas, and
That's what they teach you in those white areas. You have to understand, going to their schools was not the best thing for our children. They taught them how to hate themselves. On the slide, you have to understand, watching TV, listening to the music, going to school with them, that's slowly showing you, that's brainwashing right there. And we as parents don't even understand the dangers of sending our children to an all-white anything. I would not want to go to an all-white anything. I'm just sorry. I just don't want to be the first Black person to break nothing in. I don't give a dang if they get it or not. And I wouldn't send my child there either. I just don't think that that's the best of anything. An all-white? No, we're not doing that. The traumas that your child go through, just like she had a whole lot of self-hate. But that wouldn't happen if you don't send your child to an all-white. You have to, do the mixed school. If you can, you don't have to do an all Black either, but you can do a mixed school and they still have their Black friends and they're seeing the difference, but not an all white nothing. Well, you got one, Black here, one every now and again. No, we're not doing that. Raw, hey Raw, Raw's in the building.
Shouts out to Raw in the building. All right, appreciate you coming through.
Therapy for racial trauma. But a task you can start today is to answer this question in the chat or in your own personal journal. Do I equate whiteness with worth? Next step is Tom. So Tom is a mascot for the colorblind mentality or the I don't see color mentality.
Oh, wow.
To show up to a Black Lives Matter rally with an All Lives Matter sign. This mentality loves to ignore race.
Sound like Kanye West to me. I can't just.
There's good ones out there. That was
yeah.
Not all of them. Not everybody's.
I just ain't seen none, but.
Well, a white dude gave me some shoes one time, so it was all.
We put the whole clan in there. With some good old white folk out there.
I was cold that day, so it was good. Ain't no Black man never gave me those. I ain't never seen a Black man give me no shoes.
Oh my God.
I'm sorry.
His great granddaddy shoes. Oh man. That's crazy.
Didn't they take your shoes you had in the first place? Anyway.
Exactly. Thank you. That's why you ain't got none.
This mentality is common in interracial couples and people who exclusively or mainly only date people outside of their own race. Now, before y'all, if it ain't snowing, I ain't going, folks, to get in my comments or trying to report my page. I personally don't care who you lay with, who you sleep with, who you choose to procreate with, as long as you.
Cassidra, can you talk Black and sleep white?
Oh God, and there is no way possible. Not a chance. Not a chance.
Yeah.
Messing with no churn, no animal, and you ain't downing or putting down your own race. And we recently witnessed how this mentality can be dangerous in the case of Tebo or Tevin Rackens. And
whole thing.
Tevin was a Black man who was shot and killed by
a very confused Black man.
You see that white girls?
Very confused Black man who told you that he'd rather sleep with a dog than a Black woman. That's how traumatized he was. And thought he had something. And guess who killed him? The white dog.
Yeah.
Okay, I rest my case. All right. Very sad.
If he would have woke up, it would have been with fleas.
Who allegedly was just cleaning her pew before it went off. Now,
how you clean her pew at 3 a.m?
Saying disparaging remarks about Black women. One comment, he stated he would rather commit bestiality than to be with a Black woman. But he said the dog gotta be white. So as we see,
well, she was.
His mentality, I would honestly say, would probably be.
It was a white dog. He did what he wanted.
He got his wish.
In place. But to better understand Tom's colorblind mentality, let's review scholar Dr. Beverly Tatum quote, who compares racism to smog. Smog is something that we all breathe, but we pretend that we're not. So just like racism, especially people who are seen to be colorblind, sense inequalities. So now, why is Tom colorblind mentality dangerous? People usually adopt this mentality as a way to avoid accountability and again evade difficult conversations about privilege, bias, and reparative justice. You usually hear people say the way to end racism is to just stop talking about it. But if I broke your arm and I told you just don't talk about it, would your arm still not be broken? Would you still be in pain? Yes, the only difference is now your pain is silent, but you still sitting there with a broken arm.
Right.
And as the late great Zora Neale Hurston once said, if you are silent about your pain, they'll kill you and say you enjoyed it. So we owe it to our people to not be silent about any form of racism that we experience or that we see.
Call it out.
If you are still struggling with this Tom mentality, aka the color blindness mentality, then an action you can take today is to talk about race. So you can move from performative allyship of saying I don't see color to being more active by saying I do see color, and I will challenge any form of anti-blackness and anti-racism that I see or experience.
Exactly.
All right, we're gonna keep this train moving.
Not ignoring nothing.
Is Granddad. Granddad, his mentality, I would say, is a mixture of that assimilation mentality and the respectability politics, which a lot of our parents and grandparents, will fall into this category. Because that was just, to me, their defense.
Kind of cooning. It was cooning. Let's be real. But they was the first generation to be taught by white teachers, though. That's what people don't realize. If you go back and look, like what would be my parents, like the 60s, like my mom was born in 62. When she was in elementary school, they integrated the schools here in 1970, and she would have been in like second or third grade. So she integrated the schools here, and then that's when she grew up. That was the first generation to have all white teachers and to grow up without that, blackness, you know what I'm saying? And I used to say I blame it on that generation, and my brother MD2 came on. It's like it's really their parents who put them in that situation. So it could be more so that generation. But I don't know. That's where we got lost at, I think,
Yeah.
So
mechanism on how to navigate in the racist world, which even W.E.B. Du Bois, he talked about this, where he talked about the double consciousness.
He wasn't the best one to talk about that because he was a coon too.
In front of them white folks, y'all know. Y'all know the kind of mentality I'm talking about. But some even taking a step further, where I have witnessed grandparents or even parents teaching their kids to just copy or imitate their white counterparts. This type of mentality seeks white approval through respectability politics. They don't believe you should wear your natural hair to interview only straight. They don't believe that you should speak in your mother tongue, which for me would be Gullah Geechee. They believe we should mimic the speech patterns of our white counterparts in order to get ahead. I know from my own experience just growing up, my mom also fall into this category because the way that she named me, which she gave me a common name that you would find only amongst white women. And she did that because she believed that it would be easier for me to get a job, even though people are not just discriminating because of your name, they're going to discriminate because of your race. So
even though when you go to an interview, they're going to see this black face. What the hell? Who thinks like that? It's some black folk think like that. I'm going to give my child a white name. Like they're not going to be seen when you go on an interview, dummy. You're still going to see a black child, a black person. You can't take that blackness off. You can change your name, but when you show up, you can't take that black off. You still going to be black. That's just the dumbest thing I ever heard, though.
Yeah, that's a fact.
But you have black parents thinking that, naming their sons, white names, and daughters white names. Come here, Susan, and she black. What? Whatever. Go ahead.
If the company is racist and they see that person walk through the door, doesn't matter if they talk quote unquote white, doesn't matter if they have a quote unquote white name, doesn't matter if they have all these degrees.
They're not getting that job.
They're just not going to get through the door.
That's right.
But again, granddad assimilation or respectability politics mentality reflects W.B. Du Bois' concept of double consciousness, which describes the psychological tension experienced.
But if you don't stand for something, you're going to fall for anything.
Exactly.
For African Americans navigating a racist society, it refers to the internal conflict as seeing oneself through two conflicting lenses. One, as a black person rooted in cultural heritage and identity.
You can't pick.
And then two,
serve
as an
two
American
masters
within a society steeped in systemic racism that devalues blackness. Du Bois framed this duality as a sense of always looking at oneself through the eyes of others, leading to a fragmented identity. So if you still struggle with this mentality, something you can work on today is to answer this question in the chat or in your personal journal. Am I shrinking myself to make others comfortable? And if so, then why?
Are you cooning so that white girl can be comfortable? And if so, why?
Absolutely are. That's who your friends are. That you've made them comfortable enough to be around you. So that's why you can hang around with all white folk. because you've conformed, you've compromised yourself, and they feel comfortable because you are a coon, and they know it. They know when people, they know different types of black folk, you know.
Yeah, they know who to try.
Exactly, they know.
Now, consider it's up to you. You want to keep going, or you want to like start wrapping it up?
Oh, we can keep going. It's up to you. Yeah, we started a little late, so it's okay.
Okay, cool. So, all right, I'm gonna keep going then. So, I'm gonna play this, right? So, we're gonna go back to some of the stuff we skipped. All right.
Watching these movies, too much Sesame Street, too much Big Bird. Okay, too much of them two cats. That's like Total Live and Total Dumb on Sesame Street. No, you watch too much cartoons. That's not true. I'm sorry. Holistically, the Hispanic community and the Black community has not been like this. It's not as tight as you think. That's just the truth. Maybe to Hispanic people that might be the case, but that is not.
They gaslighting.
It is what it is. And if you want any proof of that, look at the most recent election results. November 5th, 2024, to be exact. That tells you right there that we're not as unified as you think we are, or as most of your people think we are. I wish that's something that we can get fixed. I wish that's something that can be, progressing this and the third in the future. Because I believe there is,
I don't.
A chance of that happening. As it stands right now, no, it's not. No, it's not. Most Hispanics want that proximity to whiteness real bad. So no, respectfully, no.
Now, all right, Cassandra, you might get mad at this part. I'll warn you, because she's saying a bunch of BS. That's not true.
I've already schooled you on those election poll results, so now I know you're just being willfully ignorant. But let me go ahead and school you on some black and brown history.
You school your people. How about that?
Your people, the Haitians.
You can't school
the indigenous people of those islands, the people that you now call Hispanics and Latinos, they lost 90% of their people due to genocide. And
that's
those
not my problem.
They actually helped African people escape to the mountains.
No, now she's lying though. That's what I'm saying.
I'm like, girl, that's your history. That you believe that if you want to. You can't come over here schooling nothing. You school your people. We got this over here. But go ahead.
No, the truth of what happened was a lot of those like Arabs or Mexicans, they're all the same thing. They all sided, like they took agreements with the Europeans to go track down and stop slave rebellions in order to get their quote unquote freedom. And you notice, like every time they list of when black and brown, it's always the black helping the brown. It's always the black person going to fight for them, and not the other way around. You know what I'm saying? So notice, but all the stuff that she says is just not true, though.
Because African people weren't from these lands, so they didn't know how to navigate them. They didn't know what foods they could eat because they didn't know what plants were poisonous and what weren't. They didn't know what animals were dangerous and what weren't.
Now,
are you serious?
Which is not true. Yeah,
are you serious, girl? We schooled you. So what are you talking about?
And the thing about black people, right? We learned, we knew plants. It was a law that made it illegal for black people to learn about plants because we was using it to poison and heal. Like we knew about plant and nature knowledge. Like we was hurt.
They made a law, but we still did it.
Right. Exactly. Yeah. Exactly. That's what I'm saying. And then she's
confident of her nose.
Yeah.
So it was the guidance of indigenous people that helped bring Africans to safety in the mountains. And those indigenous people that were left stood side by side, shoulder to shoulder with Africans.
They did not.
And won the Haitian Revolution.
What made this black girl play this? That's what I need to know. What was she thinking? What's going on in her head? I can't tell if the black girl was a coon or what. What's the point of her playing that video? That's what I need to know. Because I know she's not. What?
I would say for her, she's playing the black people who was reacting to her.
Oh, okay. Oh, got you. Okay.
Yeah. The only reason I'm playing it is because it's like she's saying history stuff and that shit was not true. I just use it as an excuse to say history stuff, So
the Mexican War of Independence, where a man by the name of Vicente Guerrero, who was both African and Native.
Now, the person she's just talking about, because it was a black man that helped, like, it was the first president of Mexico was a black dude.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it was in the 1820s. He was the hero of the war that she's talking about. He was a black dude, and he got them freedom from slavery. And do you know what happened to him?
Oh, they probably killed him.
Why do you think they killed him?
Because that's what they do. That's who they are.
Yeah, they killed him because he was black.
What else? What else? He freed them and then they killed him. Okay. Should have left them behind in bondage, in slavery.
Yeah, Anthony said his name in the chat.
Okay.
Built a strong black and brown coalition to fight against the Spaniards.
Yeah,
and
right.
all the
Then y'all
slavery
killed
in
them.
Mexico.
Please.
We can talk about the Underground Railroad to the north, to the
Let's see
Caribbean,
if she's gonna
and
mention that.
where indigenous people played a crucial role in helping enslaved Africans navigate through the lands to find freedom and safety.
You know, that's a lot of the white slave owners would go further into Mexico because Mexico would allow white slave owners to keep their slaves. And like Texas was Mexico, but it was trying to be Texas's own place. And they was trying to be a slave state. But anyway, it was the whole Mexicans who was down with slavery, pretty much.
They ain't never been for black people. Jermaine said one-way street. Exactly. It's always a one-way street when we talking about other people. That's why we tired and we like, nope, y'all do you. We're done. Right here, because all this lying right here. Go ahead.
Yeah, lying.
In New Orleans, every year during Mardi Gras, the Mardi Gras Indians actually celebrate indigenous people for what they did in helping them escape slavery and fight colonizers and hiding them in the swamps to protect them. You want to talk about the Alamo and how Mexicans
All right, I'm gonna stop it there because she's just all over the place.
God,
But
I just cannot
people,
with
I'm
these
not.
people. You know what? That's the sad thing is when people tell lies, they really believe that what their forefathers told them, and they were lying. Just like the white folk, they're not telling their kids the truth, so they come to us and they be blah 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 blah, all these lies, and we looking at them like, what the hell? What are you talking about? That's not how that happened, right? And then we read it in the book, and it's not how they're saying. Just like her ancestors told her something, so she's believing it, and we're looking at her like, what are you talking about? No, that's not truth. Here's what the truth is. And then they look at us like, no, that's not it. Yeah, you can believe what you want to believe.
Yeah.
Whatever.
And just like the white boy found out yesterday about all this stuff. You know what I found out happened? What they doing yesterday?
Yesterday,
this is what the Hispanics did yesterday. I don't know what she talking about in 1800.
What's up, YouTube? This your boy.
You see this? All this is
Nate coming at you once again with another podcast. In this podcast, I'm going to switch it up a little bit. I'm going to switch it up a little bit. See something wrong? If I see something that's not right, I will call it. And the niggertry in other communities and ethnicities.
So he probably a cool.
And this one
finally said something.
See
about
this right
somebody
here.
else.
This happened last week. Bothers me in saying it. This happened in my hometown, Long Beach, California, Cabrillo High School. You see these students right here. You see that they took a picture wearing the shirt, I love N-words. Yes. These minority students look Asian and Hispanic. Good old Long Beach, California. Took a picture. So these stupid idiots thought this was cool and funny. Took a picture at assembly. I love N-words. You see the nationality of these teens.
These nothings. That's why Khalid Muhammad said, you don't just kill the parents, you kill the kids.
These weren't white kids.
He said, why the babies? Because their babies is going to grow up and do what you did to our babies. That's why the babies.
Yes.
It ain't, not even the babies is good, bro.
Not even the babies. So they're going to grow up there and be like the mammies and the pappies.
But black people will throw Khalid Muhammad under the bus.
Oh, man. No, they not when I would have been there. They wouldn't have. No, that's my boy right there. He wasn't nothing but the truth. Here comes man in him. Here comes would get dear Khalid Muhammad. Now that's how bad Khalid Muhammad was. He was nothing but truth. Nothing but the truth. Hardcore.
Yep, that's a fact.
This was recent.
All right. Anyway, consider you want to listen to the Latasha Harlan thing, or you want to just go ahead and go?
Oh man! Oh my God! Oh boy! Okay, go ahead.
Let me see.
Were
Why didn't you have no black people up there?
A-Town Social Club. Rest in peace to Latasha Harlins. But what about the dozens of Koreans who were also killed?
Who your mammy killed?
Yesterday I was on social media. Was it yesterday? I suddenly noticed like it's making the rounds again, and I discussed this recently. I forgot where. Maybe on this program.
Right now? Usually people wait till like April, May.
Right. Usually people wait,
Yeah.
but it happened yesterday or the day before. Suddenly, I started seeing at least one on Instagram and one account on Twitter start doing the Latasha Harlins, reminding everybody about Latasha Harlins again.
But we'll never forget.
Remember, Latasha Harlins was it 1991? I think she was a 14-year-old black girl who went into a Korean-owned supermarket or a liquor store, and she had a bottle of orange juice in her bag, and she had money in her hand. And apparently the store owner, Tuzunja, who went to my church when I was a kid, she
went to your church, huh? What kind of church was that? A devil worshiping church?
All right, Koreans go to church.
We already know what churches stand for, so we understand why she was able to murder that little girl who had money in her hand to pay for the orange juice. We can understand that because this is what churches do, brainwashing. But go ahead.
And is church even a Korean culture thing? Do they?
Yeah,
supposed to be going
and serving, Buddhas and demons. Yeah.
Yeah, but it sounded like he was serving white Jesus.
Yeah, exactly. Who is Caesar Borgia, who said you can do whatever you want. You can hate black folk, you can hate slaves, you can kill people, you can do whatever you want. A lot of Christians who know Trump is what he is, who voted for him, evangelical Christians, right? What's so Christian about you? Because you know what he stands for and you voted for him, that means you stand for that also, right? You can't divide the two. But go ahead.
Bag, thinking that she was gonna steal and walk out with the orange juice or whatever.
It was an orange juice. It was $1.
Started fighting back, and she was 14, but
she clocked her with a couple good right straights. It's all in the video, so there's many interpretations of how this story is.
Now there's menacing 14-year-old little girl.
Well, why put your hands on her in the first place? Period. It was an orange juice. An orange juice. You literally took somebody's life for an orange juice, and they shut that store down, didn't they? Didn't black folk in that neighborhood shut that store down?
Mm-hmm.
That's the best part of the story right there. Black folks stood up for that baby. You're going to make an excuse why it was okay to shoot a 14-year-old baby in the head because of your racism. There's no justification. I don't care if she took a damn penny candy. There was no reason she should have died for that. That's how much hate you had in your heart for this baby. That you had that much hate that you couldn't even get. I mean, even if it was, come on, what did orange juice cost back in that day? $1? 89 cents, 99 cents? What?
Yeah, probably less than that. Yeah,
exactly.
92.
So you lost your life for a little jar, a little bottle of orange juice? Really? That's how much you hate. That's how much hate you have for her. That even if she was hungry, you couldn't even get her. But her mom told her not to go in that store. That's the part about it. That's really amazing. Her mom told her, don't go in that store because they knew the woman was racist. So sometimes we have to listen to our parents. It's mandatory because we know best. There was a reason why her mom told her not to go in that store. But you killed a baby for orange juice, $1 orange juice. And she had the money in her hand. So did you even bother to look to see if the girl had the money before you accused her? And the way you talked to her anyway was probably disrespectful. What 14-year-old is going to let you disrespect them? They're not. Then you put your hands on her? Yeah, you're going to get your head knocked off. You ain't no business touching her. And now you want to make an excuse why it was okay for her to die. But go ahead.
Thanks.
And I think depending on who you support, I think the story is different.
I didn't know she grabbed her.
I've heard
she tried to grab her bag, and things did come out of her bag.
Oh.
Okay, so
I don't remember.
That's not, see, this is
you see, because
you do a whole lot of stretching the truth. You got to justify why this baby died. Well, things came out of her bag. I don't give a dang on. You still don't have a right to take the baby's life. If you touched her, then you know you was gonna get your butt toe up. Period. You're in a black neighborhood. Go to the white neighborhood. You don't want black kids in your store. You in a black neighborhood. Why you in our neighborhood? Taking our hard-earned money. Go to the white folks. See if they're gonna support you. You're gonna come to a black neighborhood. taking black folk money and don't like black folk. Get the hell out of our neighborhoods. Get out of there. We ain't got no business supporting them. I don't even go to beauty supply places. I wouldn't even let you do my feet. I ain't letting you do nothing. Don't even touch me. I'm not giving you a dime. I don't buy nothing from them right there. Them dog eating people. And yeah, I said it. Dog eating people. Go ahead.
Yeah, Denisovans. I don't know if they're people or not. So
whatever, dog eating folk. Dog and cat eating.
They definitely eat dogs though.
I'm just saying, be tearing them dogs up, and they eat a whole lot of other stuff too. You see them videos showing all that stuff in the markets.
And by the way, Filipinos too. Black people, I love Filipinos. All of them, every group of them. There ain't no other group that besides yourself that is your friend.
That's right.
You have no friends.
No friends.
Jeez.
No friends. But let's keep on. Let's keep hearing them make excuses why it's okay to kill a baby.
Research. From my recollection, I think we should see the video. From my recollection,
there gotta wait for the facts to come out first.
Were things that she was stealing, but
they still waiting for the guy to see the video 30 years later.
30 years later, ain't no video. Why y'all didn't show the video? If you got so much to say, why didn't you have the video? If you do all this talking, where's the video? You should have had the video. We still waiting the video 30 years later? What, really? Then you adding stuff in. It never said that she had anything else in that book bag. It didn't even say she had the orange juice. She had the orange juice in her hand and the money in her hand. So y'all done got it in the book bag now? Okay, go ahead.
It was not worth the life of a child.
No, wait. Okay, first of all, I have to say,
CCTV or
I studied this before, and I
see the girl though, because black dudes be like, "Oh, the women is so submissive." She's looking for a reason. Was it on? Because I see the video, or she took the what? She's looking for a way to be like,
It doesn't matter. You can't justify killing a baby. That's a 14-year-old. That's a 7th grader. No, 9th grader. Okay, 8th grader maybe, just depending. But it's a baby.
And y'all supposed to be women together, I guess. That's
yeah.
why I don't think they women, so I wouldn't say that.
Well, some of them be sex change, transgender over there anyway.
You can't tell the difference with them.
Like girls.
They all look alike over there. You can't tell the difference.
Pancakes.
That's why them brothers who be on tour over there. I know some of y'all brothers be over there tricking up money
with them transgender. Hey, you're not a woman.
Keep going anyway though. All right. Let me stop. All right.
Watched the video many times,
and there was nothing.
It's been years.
Yeah, I don't remember her having stolen it.
Yeah, I don't remember anything ever coming about that she's had stuff in her bag.
Then I guess I heard the version where,
yeah,
they were saying that she had something in her bag, because the way I recall watching
the orange juice was in her bag, I believe, but apparently she was intending to pay for it. But again, you're right. It's not a death sentence. So anyway, she was like fighting. Latasha was fighting back, and then as she was walking away, Tusunja shot her in the head.
In the back, mind you, in the back.
Like the way
in the back.
So there was no threat whatsoever. She already kicked the woman's butt. There was no threat. So after the threat is leaving out the door, you shoot her in the back of her head. That's a coward, and you got no time. But I'm gonna tell you what. Latasha's mom should have handled her business with that woman. Seriously. What I got to live for now? You didn't kill my baby. I'm gonna handle my business. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Black people learn to do what you need to do.
As an accidental shooting, more towards an accidental shooting, not a shooting of spite.
That's
or
crazy.
revenge or vengeance.
I saw it as a shooting of spite.
Because it was the way she was handling the gun. Like she was going like this.
What the hell are you talking about?
The fact that she even took the gun out.
Exactly.
Those 90s, the early 90s.
So we did the documentary.
It was the 90s, early 90s. Those were.
Yeah, he trying to take up for that white one. He trying to take up for the little Chinese chink. Little catty dog eating lady.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
That Douglas directed for Radio Korea.
Yeah.
The Radio Korea documentary about the LA riots that I produced and hired Doug to direct for Radio Korea for the community. We talked about how she had never used that gun before. That was actually like her husband's or whatever, and that it was modified to have like a hairpin trigger. Because normally I guess you got to have some pressure, but that one would have gone off very easily. But also,
it's a double action.
So that should be another charge then. What you say? He's trying to use an excuse. She modified a gun. That's illegal. That's a charge. What the hell? Lock her ass up.
pistol, which means that you can do it both ways. But if you have
he always got
hammer
something to say. Look at him.
then it's almost like a hairpin trigger where just even like the slightest touch would boom set it off.
Okay, well, anyway, that's one thing we heard. The other thing we heard was that their store had been like robbed so many times.
Then get the hell out of there then.
Death threats.
Then move your
Exactly. No, but you
ass
got to stay there and
on.
keep collecting money. Move out. You were that threatened, you were that scared, you ain't have no business there, period. Close shop and go to the white folk neighborhood. Why would you be in a black neighborhood anyway? I'm gonna tell you this one story. I remember down here where I live, right? I had just moved down here and I was in the store, right? And I'm telling you, I had ordered some food, but I was going to a grocery store, well, like a service station, right? 2 stores down to get a drink. So I'm in the store and I hear these shooting, pop, pop, pop. I didn't know the area. I had just moved here. So I'm hearing these gunshots and I see the guy running the store. He goes, anybody in here got a gun? I'm looking at him. What the hell? I asked the owner, I said, why don't you lock the door? Do you know that fool did not lock the door? He would rather take a chance of getting shot. Then it was an Asian. It was, I don't know, Arab, Asian. I can't even remember what he was, but it was a foreigner, right? And I'm looking at him like, why aren't you locking the door? Why would this guy be allowed to walk in? I was so scared. I'm like, where? So I just kind of ducked in the back. I was ducking. I was like, I'm not going out there. I'm not, you don't know who's in the back. So it's like, I'm ducking. So I'm looking at him. He's not locking the door. So the guy runs in. He goes, hey, anybody got a gun? I'm looking at him like, who you think will give you their gun to fight your battles? Why you ain't got no gun? What in the world? So it was just so weird because the guy never locked the door. He was just like still, you know, he's still running his little business. And they're right in front of his store shooting. But this is what these foreigners do. They would die for $1 in our community. But then you talking noise, talking about, oh, we got robbed so many times. Okay, move. Get out the neighborhood then. Because they go to the worstest part in the neighborhood. Try to get all of the, you know, the EBT in charge. Then, you know, do an upcharge to spend 15 cents. You got to spend $1. You got to spend $2, whatever. But yeah, you don't like our neighborhoods. You are that afraid, you ain't got no business in our neighborhoods, period.
Yeah. We'll get your ass up out of there.
Get out of there. That's right.
Like their family members, and they were always on edge. And that was something that happened. Now, what happened was she was put on trial for murder or whatever, right? And then she had a black attorney to defend her.
Wasn't it Johnny
Carson? That was smart, huh?
Ain't that something?
That was smart, huh? Black attorney took that case. That's a sellout right there. They should have showed up at his house. See, this is what's going on with black people. We never, ever, 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 ever stand up for each other. You think a Chinese attorney would have taken that case if that was the other way around? No. So you go psychologically, you're gonna go and get a black attorney. Now we already know he'll sell out. Already know that. So what are you proving? By going to you prove that he's a damn fool. That's what you proved. He's a sellout foolish man.
He done took the case.
Ain't that something? To prove a point.
You
hard up for money? Guess you figure somebody got to take the case. Somebody should have showed up at his house. That's when we show up. Stuff like that. That's what we have to show up, making sure we're holding ours accountable to do the right thing by us. But go ahead.
Yo, would any of them with Asian have done the same thing? That's a great question.
It was somebody on somebody's team. It was someone famous, no?
Well, he was a black dude, and then I think he stopped being an attorney after because he got so much hate.
Yeah.
And then there was
so much hate on the they told us that. That's what's up, right? You see, black people aren't playing that in 1992.
Back in the day, we was on code, huh? We can get back on the code now. We'd be perfect. Go ahead.
Yeah, and then there was a white judge who was Joyce or whatever her name was. The white judge let her off with community service. Yep. She was defended by a black attorney, and in '92, that's when the results of the Rodney King trial come out.
And they put it together. Yeah.
Yeah. So now here's the crazy thing is, people kind of have forgotten about Rodney King. The original reason for the riots was because that day, the Rodney King trial came out that those 4 cops who beat the shit out of Rodney King were acquitted. And that pissed off a lot of people. And there's all this like conspiracy weird shit behind the scenes. You can watch the documentary. It has most of the information in there. The gist of it is in the documentary, but suddenly, like somehow, all the shit was directed towards Koreatown.
Yeah,
not towards City Hall or
Ice
Beverly
Cube
Hills or
released
something.
a song called Black Korea back then.
Black Korea, right?
There was also several other things that came out regarding Koreans. There was like Menace to Society movies came out depicting Korean liquor store owners as like, these people that are just always following black people.
Hollywood.
Well, you did.
They're depicting them as somebody. Hurry up and buy. Hurry up and buy.
Yeah.
We just made that
but
up.
black folk went in their stores. Like I said, I don't shop with them. I wouldn't give them a dime. I don't care if that's the last product on earth. I'll do without. You get nothing. Period.
And look, I was as a teenager. There's corner stores with Asians where I live at, and they'd be like, "Hurry up and buy."
And they weren't nice. They would follow you around.
Yes, they do. Yeah.
Hell no, I'm not going in your store and you harassing me. No.
Yeah.
Nope.
So I don't know if it came out before or after.
But all perpetuated because of the model minority myth.
Yeah.
That whole myth was
said the model minority myth. Myth.
Yeah.
To compare us to the black community.
Yeah, and the thing is that I think everyone understands a different narrative of it, especially in which community you are in. So, for example, my parents were stonerunners, right?
Mm-hmm.
So we have been.
Let's talk about how they got these stores, though, right? How they were.
Let's talk about it. Yeah, let's talk about it.
Straight giving the money to set up these stores in
black
specific
neighborhoods.
areas,
Yes. In black neighborhoods, and they weren't allowed in the white neighborhoods. They was only allowed in black neighborhoods, and they were given money by your government to set up shop in black neighborhoods. But black folk can't get loans today to set up shop in our own neighborhoods. So when are we going to come together, run these people out, and set up shop ourselves and support our own? When are we going to make each other's millionaires like we've made them?
All right. And by the way, ain't it like child labor laws? How do their kids be working at like running the register and they like
at
6
5?
years old? Yeah, that don't even make sense. Like shouldn't they get locked up for that?
You would think, but hey, they got massage parlors and everything else. Why you think that? Remember the one in Georgia, the massage parlor, the little white boy went in and killed them people up in there.
He did.
Yeah, I'm just saying.
Oh, damn.
They do a whole lot of illegal stuff that the government knows about, and they wink. Here, you get $10,000. Here, let me give you $1 million, and you turn your head. Yeah, right.
We're running businesses over time in California, so we understand what business is like, right?
Yeah.
So from our perspective, I think it was like presented to us as in like, she's innocent or it was an accidental shooting, right? That's what it was. That's how it was presented to us. But I think from the perspective of other people who are the victims or who've been,
He said, I saw the video, but this is how it presented to me.
Exactly. He's a lying devil, a lying demon. Go ahead. Lying devil.
Victimized by Korean store owners. I think it was a very angering experience to have a child being shot and killed, and essentially,
there's still a component of the fact that she dehumanized black people to the point where she didn't see a child anymore. She saw a potential criminal who deserved to die. That's the part that's disturbing.
But that.
And I get it. Even if she was robbed and they were getting death threats.
He said all that. He was like, yeah, but.
Yeah, right. Exactly.
Even if it's because of that, she did at some point learn to dehumanize.
And by the way, no, he's not a good one either. I'm just putting that out there. No, he's not.
None of them.
So,
black people.
What I've just kind of realized is that sometimes if you've never been in that position, it's just you'll just never know what went through her mind at that.
I don't give a damn what went through her mind. She shouldn't have shot the baby.
I'm not sure that.
I don't know. That's why it's like tough because I've been robbed at gunpoint 3 times and never, not after any of them, was I like, I'm gonna get a gun and shoot the next person who robs me.
Exactly. Come on now.
I would still to this day rather die getting robbed than shoot a robber and kill him.
Yeah.
Wow. I can't. Even if it was in self-defense, I don't think I can live with killing somebody.
Did you guys see the movie Crash?
Self-preservation?
Yeah, not all of us are the same.
Wait a minute. Wait. What did the white girl say? Wait, what'd she say? Did we ever see what preservation? What'd she say?
She said none of y'all believe in self-preservation. She basically saying I would smoke them. She's asking
exactly.
Me,
That's what she's saying. So she's trying to make an excuse of why the white woman. See, her and that dude over there in the white hat, it should be on the same team. They're on the same team. These two on the other to make whatever, guys, whatever. My thing is, what she just said, she's trying to defend the Chinese lady or whatever she is, right? She's trying to say, okay, she came in there, she stole or whatever it was, but still, I don't care if that child stole a piece of candy. She didn't deserve to die for $1. Anything, no amount of money. You took a life. You took a baby's life who wasn't even able to live out her whole life, any of her life. 14, that's young. That's a baby. And we want to sit up here and condone this, and we want to go up here and support these people with your hard-earned money. You give them your hard-earned money. We've made these people out of billionaires who don't even like Black people. You go to their hair shops and you'll fight a Black man who tell you don't go to the hair shops. You'll cuss him out and stand in the long ass line. Remember COVID? They had them women standing outside in COVID. Wouldn't even let them in. Let them in all one or two at a time. Black men went up there and said, hey, y'all stop going to these Chinese shops, and they cussed them out to get back in their line to get that discount. See, this is what I'm saying. And then we wonder why people come on here and talk about us like this. This is our fault because we didn't handle our business. When they came in our neighborhoods, you shouldn't have bought nothing that would have ran their behinds out of your neighborhoods. We can set up shop. We can have mom and pop shops. I remember back in the day, we had it in the, remember the house? You go to the backyard, you had a whole store. You drive up to the house. They had candy stores in the houses. You sold hot dogs. They used to sell hamburgers from the house. You lined up outside and you was buying them hot dogs out of their houses. Why couldn't we keep doing that? That's a good way of us building to get, bigger businesses. But no, we'll sit up there and shut ours down and go and support them. That's on us. Yeah. That's on us. This is so disgusting. I'm telling you. But go ahead.
Yeah, it's almost over.
That's iconic. Problematic, but iconic. Yes.
In the movie Crash, there's a white cop. It won some awards, right?
Yeah.
There's a white cop.
And like Don Cheadle and like Sandra Bullock in it.
Yeah, there's all these different. It was kind of like a Pulp Fiction of racism or something.
It was like
it's supposed to be empathetic
I
to
just
the
watched this
LAPD.
because I was in Korea at this entire time. So yeah, I probably missed a lot of movies.
Artie Lang from the Howard Stern Show just said.
This is a really famous movie. Okay, yeah.
He basically says Matt Dillon. Okay, never mind. But you see a white cop in the movie who's like, and you see like a racist white cop, and then like the non-racist white cop. Yep. But then in the end, you see
non-racist white cop.
My God. Oh, go ahead.
That was like the non-racist white cop. Okay.
Yeah. Wow.
That the racist cop actually, I don't know, it's a weird movie, but the racist cop helps a Black woman from a burning car. And then the non-racist white cop actually ends up accidentally gets scared of a Black guy or something and kills him accidentally.
No, so the non-racist white cop.
Oh my God, I can't take this.
It was a good white dude.
Shot the Black guy.
The good white dude shot him.
Yeah, the one that was non-racist, but he shot a Black guy. Okay. You're not racist, huh? Okay.
Well, some of them are good considering.
No, I know you almost made me choke on my water.
Anyway, it's weird. Right. But anyway, my point about this thing is like I always see the Latasha Harlins thing come up like every year. At least it makes the rounds.
What about us?
And as tragic as that whole thing was, I always wonder. I mean, I don't have to wonder. I know why. But
now look at the ones that was on our side, because not our side, but you know what I'm saying.
And you see all the comments every year. You see the thousands of likes and shares and everything of this. Latasha Harlins killed by a Korean, Latasha.
We'll never forget.
And then you see the comments and everything and what they say.
Killed by a Korean.
Okay, and it's like, all right, fine. Murdered. But then I'm like, okay, what about our stories? Because during that,
this the good one, Cassandra. What about them? This was the good one who was on your side.
Yeah, what about our story? You ain't no good one, honey. You ain't got me fooled. I don't care how you talk. I still know who you are.
He defended you. He defended you against a racist.
Yeah,
Asian.
he did, and then turned on us. And then turned on us.
And then that quick.
Yeah.
It wasn't even like a minute. And that's
that period when we did the documentary in our research. I don't have all the data. The guy who did all the research, it was Jason. Remember Jason from Canada?
Yeah.
Yeah, he did all the research for that. He went through all the LA Times and everything. We found like something like 41 murders of Koreans around like 90, 91, around that time period.
Yeah, I was just wanted to add something in there right after.
Did he?
How many black folk died though?
No.
I'm just saying.
How many white people killed those Asians?
Exactly.
That's the question he's answering. He just said how many Asians died during this time period. We just said black people killed.
Right. How many white folk killed them Asians, honey?
Because he said, oh, well, they don't show what the media, because if they did show it, they would be showing Asians shooting at black people outside of their stores when they had all of them guns out there. Because if you look it up at what the Asians was doing, they was coming together and putting their guns together and trying to shoot at us. And black people didn't kill near one of them.
But you weren't shooting. But they weren't shooting. They're aiming those guns at the ones that was killing them, which was those white folk.
Yeah. A black person didn't even kill them during that time. No Asian person was killed. So I don't know. But you see how they try to throw that in there. He was the good one too.
I'll tell you, he was the good one. Yeah, right. He wasn't a good one in my eyes.
Yeah. 40 Korean shop owners were killed around that time.
Oh my goodness.
In these communities. Yet, do we know even one of their names?
No, but it's been happening. It's been happening through the 80s, the 90s. Koreans took over.
This is just.
So my question is, why the hell they didn't just leave then?
Right, exactly. Because they money hungry. They didn't care about their lives. And if it was really black folk doing it, they would have left. They would have left.
I would like to see the statistics on, because you just said 40 people died. Because that's what when people use these statistics, and they don't think that that they're using talking points, but you can can tell if a person believes by what they say and certain words that they use. You know what I'm saying? Like, so it's like patriarchy. A girl is like feminine, a white feminist or something. But anyway.
It's the early 90s. It's not even after or even in the 80s. Imagine the hundreds of Koreans that could have been killed.
I mean, like the guy who owns the store next to us. You came yesterday. I was talking about the liquor store.
The liquor store.
How they have like the complete like Korean American story of how their son went to West Point, became a freaking city councilman. He's going to be a Democrat in Congress and yada yada. Yeah. He's
that's right next. Oh shit, that's where
store owners and Korean businessmen as well. So
right, but we don't hear those stories, right? This one thing happened to 35 years ago, whatever.
We're gonna keep on hearing it
every year over.
Yes, you're gonna hear it every year.
It's a good one. It's like he was defending it earlier. Now we gotta keep hearing.
You're gonna keep hearing it. One way not to go back to China, where you came from. How about that?
Because we ain't gonna talk about this right now, because we can talk about what's going on right now. 8 days ago, how they poisoned the whole river in Africa.
Oh my God, that's crazy.
We're not gonna even go there. So if you don't want to keep going, we can go on the other stuff that they have been doing. But no, shots out to us. We're gonna still talk about Latasha Harlan.
That's right. We will never forget.
We will never forget.
And we ain't gonna let y'all forget it either.
Yeah,
dog eating people.
Some of us, anyway.
As much
as reminding the black community, Koreans killed you. Koreans killed you. Koreans killed you. Koreans killed you. Meanwhile, there's a whole freaking Rolodex of Koreans that we can go through. We'll
do it.
Yeah,
and we'll show you who killed
them. Please.
I wish they would.
Right.
They would never do that.
Do this, right. Because that's you got to start calling them on their bluff when they start saying it. When they be like, oh, all these good ones, show me the good ones then.
Yeah.
Do a series about it, right?
Just one. That's all I want. One.
Can I talk to them? Let me ask them some questions. I want to meet them. Show us what it's like so we can have a blueprint on what the good ones are. You know what I'm saying?
What they look like, huh?
You can have one for every day of the year, perhaps. But we don't do that. And the white media doesn't do that for us.
So apparently we have killed 365 of them.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
Apparently. Right. Yeah.
Okay.
The white media.
So that's what I'm saying. Why does
and so you remember that Asian, because this was what that whole black people like Bakari got mad at me because I was like, black people can't be racist. And so I was talking about that because how they was using black people saying this nonsense he's saying, which wasn't even true, because they used this one video which doesn't even make sense of like this black dude punching an old Asian person, which I never seen another video since then.
Never.
But they used that video to say, okay, well, this is why we need to stop Asian hate bill because of racism. They was trying to at that time trying to push this narrative of everybody can be racist and black people is racist too. But it evolved into some other stuff because black people showed up time and time again and called me and Cassidra racist for saying the stuff we say. So that's how I know black people can't be racist. You know what I'm saying? But the point is, like, that's how you see the good ones, like this fool here is lying his ass off, right? Because even now we couldn't find, but that since Latasha Harlins you probably had that one video of the dude punching the Asian person.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? But we do have, but anyway, I ain't gonna say what we do have, but
mainstream media continue to put that out there and create. They keep putting things out to increase the divide.
I think they want to take that black rage against them and say, "Yeah, go to
blame
Koreans.
it on everyone else except for them." Right?
Asians are the shield for the white people.
We're the scapegoat.
That's the model minority myth. That's
they're happily to do it too. By the way,
they love them.
Oh, I've gotten in fights on like Black Twitter with people. I'm like, you guys always call out Asian folks for being racist, which is rightfully as you should, but you guys never call out people in your own community when they're perpetrators of racism towards us. And I've got.
I consider you. Let's call out that brother who stopped that Asian kid from going to school that time. Who passed that law against that Asian fool? All I see is black people talking about, oh yeah, like we needs to have a law for get little Mexican kids out of cages. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Trying to. Anyway, let's because I know we got to get off here.
On like into it in Twitter discussions before. So I agree. I'm very much obviously love you guys, love black folks, love black culture,
nothing
all
about
of it,
racism.
but you can't have these discussions without acknowledging that both sides also
both sides
incite the racism and hatred.
She don't know nothing. You know, please look up the word racism. Please, before you use a word, you have no idea what it means. Look up the word, please. Help us all. Go ahead. So sick of these people. I don't know what to do. Furcast, you over there talking? We can't hear you.
You know what, Cassidra? And y'all, and shouts out to MD2 in the building. I appreciate you. And MD2, I've reached a great honor. I have been called a black supremacist, right? And so that means I'm doing something right. And Cassidra is the only other racist black person I've ever met in my life. Well, except for y'all, except for some of y'all, right? Some of y'all, right? But I feel like we've reached a higher level, Cassidra, now that we.
Yeah.
But now what you think? I want to, while I pull up that last video of the person that we was talking about earlier, what you think about this whole conversation?
Well, you know what? I think the conversation was biased for one. Scapegoating, making excuses why it was okay to kill our precious baby, and then wanting us to stop talking about it. We're not. So you can have a whole seat, because as long as we can, or every generation, we're going to pass it on. And she will never be forgotten. I don't care if it's 50 years, because that woman didn't spend one day in jail, period. Not one. She got probation for murder. But let it had been a black person, she would have gotten life. So no, we'll never forget. And we will never let you forget how you murdered our babies. Period.
I got 10 more to go. Okay. I'm gonna get there. That was an honor. But no, you're right, Cassidra. You know,
we'll never forget.
Mm-hmm.
That's our babies. And we're not going to, she wants us to call out our babies. She wants us to call out our own people for her. Get out of here. You don't call out your people. What about that police officer that what's his, Peter Liang? Okay. What about him who killed that black dude and got no time? Mm-hmm. One judge gave him some time, and the Chinese judge or Chinese, whoever came back and reversed it. So no. That's the second person they killed and didn't get any time. But let that person have been black. They always ready to give us some time. Always.
That's a fact. And consider we ain't got much positive stuff to go with, so you already know what the positive thing is today.
Oh wow. Wait.
I hit boom on my chair. I've been waiting on this. What? Come on.
He's gonna get beat up.
Like, it's your best bet to just walk away. I'm confused. You had no business telling her to shut up.
Why the hell black people always trying to tell somebody? Please, black people always trying to like. Oh my God! Just let this ass whooping happen, right? Don't talk about it.
Walk away. I'm confused. You had no business telling her to shut up.
Oh, you didn't know. Come on. I'm waiting on you. Because what you're not about to do is try to get me arrested. So come on, you gotta swing. So that way I'll be justified when I whoop your ass.
Like, literally, just walk away. Just walk away. Like, are you kidding me? Like, what the?
He lucky a part of his skull ain't come off.
And he in the wheelchair. Oh my God, that's crazy. That is crazy. That is crazy. Did you tell him to walk away? Why didn't you walk away with him? Now you can pick him up off the floor and walk away. Oh my God, you guys, I cannot with these people. I cannot. Oh my goodness.
Consider, I'm not. You know what? We're not doomed anymore. You know, I'm back to normal. Consider.
Oh, no,
some people, some of us is gonna be doomed now. All right, I can't say for everybody, but we as a people are not gonna be doomed no more. You know,
no, we're not.
I am proud of the reaction that we have had so far, of like finally being on. If this is what it takes, I am happy. Yo, MG2 in the building. I saw one title he put, which I liked. He said, Donald Trump has freed more black people than Frederick Douglass. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, what you think about this whole conversation?
I'm loving it. I'm loving it. I just want us to, we need to just come together and support us. You know, they want this segregation thing. Hey, let's do it. Let's give it to them. But let's start building and understanding what it is, what our job is right now. And that's to build so that when they do that segregation thing, that we don't have to give them one dime, that we have everything set up in our community so that we can support us for a change. We've made everybody around us millionaires except us. It's time for us to keep not caring, stay home, no marching, let them fight their own battles, let them pull themselves up by their own bootstraps, okay? And let us mind our own business and let's build, period. It's not about us. Ooh, I feel sorry for them and I'm gonna go help. We're not helping nothing. And if you do go help, then we're gonna whoop on your behind. Okay? Have a whole seat. You know, tie yourself in the chair if you need to. Get your popcorn out, get your candy bars, peanuts, and relax. Relax. Go to the beach. Count the sand on the beach if you got to do something. I'm just saying. But what we're doing here is waking black folk up. It's time for us to wake up and do better and build, period. That's what it's all about. Always going to be about us building, period. And I rest my mic.
Yeah, that's a fact. And it's interesting, you know what I'm saying, the mentality that we have to have, you know. But I appreciate you, Cassidra, for all that you do and all that you say. And it's a shame that a lot of sisters have, I'm gonna say, have more guts than black men or men, period, right now. And are doing more stuff.
I appreciate that, you know, just coming on and just waking up people. That's what we do. That's what we're supposed to do. We're not supposed to see stuff. You see stuff, you say something. That's what we're supposed to do. And we stand up for each other. So hey, I'm glad to do it. You know, just ready to support any way I can. That's what it's about.
Yeah. So and shouts out to MD2 in the building. Shouts out to Raw.
Yeah.
Shouts out to Jermaine Thompson in the building. Shouts out to my brother Anthony. Shouts out to Raw, who was in here. Shouts out to William Bell. My brother Koku in the building. Guy who's in the building. Shouts out to Matron. Matron, I think, is gonna be live tomorrow at like 7. She reading Amos Wilson book, so y'all definitely check her out. You know, he definitely Amos Wilson. He be saying all the stuff that we was saying, but he said it. Yeah. He said the stuff about the Asians coming into your community and people of color and all that stuff in the 80s and 70s. So so and you know, I'm gonna let this be my last words real quick.
Phony effort toward integration is to put out some token integration. And whereas this Uncle Tom will accept your token effort, the masses of black people in this country are no more interested in token integration than they would be if you offered them a chance to sit inside a furnace somewhere. The only one who'll do that is this 20th century Uncle Tom. And you can always tell him because he wants to be next to you. He wants to eat with you. He wants to sleep with you. He wants to marry your woman, marry your mother, marry your sister, marry your daughter. And if you watch him close enough, he's even after your wife.
And your dog.
As long as it's a white dog.
In your religion. Not interested in any religion of his own. He believes in a white Jesus, white Mary, white angels, and he's trying to get to a white heaven. When you listen to him in his church sing, he sings a song, I think they call it Wash Me White as Snow. He wants to be turned white so he can go to heaven with a white man. It's not his fault. It's actually not his fault. But this is the state of his mind. This is the result of 400 years of brainwashing here in America. You have taken a man who is black on the outside and made him white on the inside. His brain is white as snow. His heart is white as snow. And therefore, whenever you say this is ours, he thinks he's white the same as you. So what's yours, he thinks it's also his. Even right on down to your woman. Now, many of them will take...
All right, so that's a lot of these brothers today, you know, so... we got to learn. And as always, man, we have got to start standing for something or we're going to keep falling for anything.
Peace, family.